we can repeat it again. Is it clear? Who can tell what is standardization?
Sir, in standardization, one element is completely known and another is approximately known. The
Concentration, right? Concentration of that reagents, right? Approximately known. Yes. And for what type of substance you need to do this process? Do you know? For primary standard substance or for secondary standard substance?
The standard substance is primary substance, and which is standardized, that is secondary substance.
Yes. So you have to do this process, standardization process of the secondary standard substance, right? Because the
Yes, sir.
secondary standard substance has the tendency to change its concentration over the time, right? So to confirm the concentration again, we need to do this standardization process. But the experimentally, the procedure of titration and standardization is completely same. Okay, so there is no difference in procedure, just difference in the concept, right? So we are doing the standardization of hydrochloric acid. So what do you think about this hydrochloric acid? Is it primary standard substance or secondary standard
Second,
substance?
sir.
Secondary
Secondary
standard
standard.
substance. That's why we are doing standardization, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
what does mean by this standard? Standard what? Here. This standard what? What do you mean by standard here?
Completely known concentration.
Completely known concentration. Very good. Exact. So standard means the exactly known concentration or completely known concentration. That is the concentration is actually precise concentration, right? There is no approximate concentration here. So with this standard substance, you will standardize this HCl, and that concentration of HCl is approximately known. So you will confirm the concentration of HCl by the standardization process. I hope you understand now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in which parameter will measure this concentration? In the molarity, right? There is molarity, normality, and molality. First two experiment
Modality.
we have completed with normality, right? Normality value, normality unit.
Normality.
But
Yes, yes, sir.
this experiment we will conduct in the molarity unit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Process is same. We will use the hydrochloric acid, one reagent, and sodium carbonate, another reagent, and phenolphthalein as indicator. I hope you all know indicator, right? Can you define indicator?
Indicator generally indicates the pH range by changing its color.
By changing its color. Very good. So it shows the end point of titration, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
By changing its color. Very good. So phenolphthalein will be used as indicator here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And two reagents, one is HCl and sodium carbonate. Have you seen the videos of experiments, experiment 1 and 2?
Yes, sir.
If you remember, there are apparatus. One is burette. Burette normally we keep with the stand, right?
Yes, sir.
And how about conical flask?
So
We keep under the burette, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So where we'll keep which reagents? Uh, hydrochloric acid. Where we'll keep? In the burette or in
Burette.
the conical flask?
In the
Burette.
burette.
In the burette.
Yes, sir.
And sodium carbonate.
Conical
Conical
flask.
Why
Conical
you will place hydrochloric acid in the burette and sodium carbonate in the conical flask? Can you explain?
So because sodium carbonate concentration is known,
Known.
and
Very good.
we need to add the hydrochloric acid slowly
So that
for so that we can get the
measure the volume, right?
approximately close value of volume.
Volume of
Yes,
so hydrochloric acid, and then from that volume we can measure the concentration, right? By
Yes, sir.
using some equation, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So then phenolphthalein indicator, where we'll use? We'll use in burette or in the conical flask?
In the conical flask.
Okay, very good. So how many drops of phenolphthalein needed to
Generally, one drops of
one drop to
phenolphthalein
two
is
drop,
enough.
right? Not much. So it's actually if we use much more phenolphthalein, then the color and it may react with the environment or react with the reagents, right? We need to use the precise amount so that it will not react with the other reagents, as well as it can show its color, right? There is a mechanism of phenolphthalein. Let's just discuss about the how the phenolphthalein, when it will change its color. For example, uh, if we keep the sodium carbonate in conical flask, please listen carefully. We are keeping sodium carbonate in conical flask, right? So what will be the pH in that reagent?
Less than 7, sir.
More than 7.
More than 7. Why?
So because it is একটা স্যার খার
Very good. So in the conical flask, the pH will be more than 7 because this is base, right?
Base. Yes, sir.
Very good. Now if we add sodium carbonate here, we can find that the pH will be more than 7 in the conical flask, right? How about after adding the phenolphthalein in the conical flask, before starting the experiment, what will be the pH?
no change sir.
Still it will be the base, right? Or basic?
Yes sir.
Okay. Now we are using, for example, from dropwise from the burette. Okay. So change of pH is increasing or decreasing order? What do you think?
Sir, decreasing order.
We are using HCl from the burette to the conical flask. Is the pH is increasing or decreasing?
Decreasing.
Decreasing. Very good. So when all the sodium carbonate will be neutralized by HCl, but that time what will be the pH?
So 7, sir.
Almost 7.
Almost 7 or 7. What is the name of this point? Do you know?
In point.
No. Before the end point, there is a equivalence point, okay? Because all the neutralization point, you can say, or equivalence point. So all the sodium carbonate has been neutralized by HCl, isn't it? All the sodium carbonate in the conical flask has been neutralized by HCl. That point you can call as neutralization point or equivalence point, okay?
Equivalent.
After the equivalence point, if you add one more drop of HCl, that time you find the color change. That is called endpoint. So one extra drop, you find the color change. Have you understood? So before the endpoint, there is a equivalence point, okay, and that can be called as neutralization point as well. কে বুঝো নাই বলো? This is already color change shown. That means this is endpoint. Endpoint means one extra drop of HCl you have added. Have you understood? And before that one drop of HCl, you got equivalence point or neutralization point. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you will prepare 0.1 normal sodium carbonate solution for the preparation of standard solution. Okay, so you need to take 1.06 gram of sodium carbonate. Why you need to take 1.06 gram to prepare 0.1 normal? You know?
Yes, sir.
You can tell. Anybody? Why we need to take 1.06 gram of sodium carbonate to prepare 0.1 normal 100 ml sodium carbonate solution?
So the molar mass of sodium carbonate is 106
Very
gram.
good. So when you prepare 0.1 molar sodium carbonate, then you have to take this amount of gram. That time it will be prepared 0.1 molar 100 ml solution, right? So you have to use the mathematical calculation that in 1000 ml how much you have to take, in 100 ml how much you have to take, and in case of 0.1 molar how much you have to take, right? So from that calculation we got 1.06 gram of sodium carbonate. When we use the sodium carbonate in conical flask, there is a one procedure here. Diluted up to 100 ml distilled water. Do you know why you need to dilute it up to 100 ml distilled water?
For observing more specifically or more closely.
Specific, I didn't get your voice is low or my headphone is not working properly. Can you repeat it again?
For looking the color change clearly.
Okay, that's good. There are few actually significance of using this distilled water. You can use only the 10 ml of sodium carbonate, and you can use indicator 1 or 2 drop, and then you can start adding the HCl. That may also work, right? But we are using 100 ml of distilled water. This 100 ml is not how can I say, it's not that to be exact. You can use 150 ml, that will also work. 50 ml, that may also work. Have you understood? So this 100 ml is not to be precise. It roughly 100 ml is okay. So that means it is used as medium. Have you understood reaction medium? Reaction medium to give the proper environment to conduct the reaction. Have you understood? To conduct the reaction. Okay, I cannot hear you. Maybe some problem from internet or my. Can somebody to?
It's fine, sir.
Okay, Rifat.
It's fine, sir.
Okay, so I can hear you now. Okay, I think internet has some interruption also. Your voice is not clear to me. So, but anyway, it can be used as medium. And medium, what is the significance of using medium? I have said. Somebody, please, can you repeat? To create the proper environment for the reaction. Okay, so here HCl and the sodium carbonate, if they are in concentrated one, they will not react properly what we want, right? So to get the desired result, we have to use this water medium. This is one point. Another point is it will also show you the proper distinction of color changing. Okay, so if you do not use this distilled water properly, then you may not observe properly the change of color. Okay, and many other problems. So mainly these two is the main reason to use some distilled water. So this 100 ml, you can, it not to be precise, it can be varied. Okay, just to make it more dilute so that we can conduct our experiment and get the endpoint properly. Okay. I have also answered the 2 to 3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator we have to use, right? At best 3, not more than 3. you can use 1 drop, but sometimes 1 drop may not work. Okay. So this was the more or less the theoretical part of this experiment. And another part we have already mentioned about the unit of concentration. The first two experiment we have used normality, and in this experiment we are using molarity. You need to know the definition of molarity also. Can anyone tell what is the definition of molarity, or explain, how can you explain the molarity?
So if 1 mole solute is present in 1 liter of a solution, then the solution is called molar solution.
1 liter of solvent or solution?
So 1 liter solution.
Very good. So in 1 liter solution, 1 gram of or
Sir, 1 mole, sir.
1 mole of, right? So what is called mole? Other than Saha, can anyone answer? What is 1 mole? What is mean by 1 mole?
So the gram amount divided by the atomic mass of the compound.
Very good. So for in case of HCl, what will be the measurement of 1 mole?
36.5
Very
gram.
good. How about sodium carbonate?
106.
106. Okay. There is a equivalent weight needed for the calculation of normality, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if the molecular weight is 106 for sodium carbonate, and to calculate the normality, you need to know the equivalent weight also. So what will be the equivalent weight of sodium carbonate?
53.
Okay. Other than Muhibullah, can anyone answer? What is the reason you are dividing by 2 to get the equivalent weight for sodium carbonate from the molecular weight?
Sir, because 1 mole sodium carbonate can neutralize 2 mole of HCl.
Okay. Good. So this, I think the experiment is almost clear to you. If you have any question to get more clarification. Related to this experiment, if you have any question.
No, sir.
Okay, so if we show you 2 graph for this experiment. If you use the HCl, okay, from the burette, you are using HCl from the burette, for example, and you are keeping the sodium carbonate in the conical flask. So pH, you said the pH will be decreased or increased? You already answered.
Decreased, sir.
Okay. Now if you draw the curve, if we ask you to draw the curve, and you have drawn this curve, for example, you have drawn this curve, will it be right? you are using HCl here, okay, and this is pH, okay, this line is pH and this line is HCl.
Not right, sir. It's,
It will be opposite, right?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So then it's good. Thank you. If you have any more question, please. Okay, if you don't have any question, then we will conclude this session. I have some other thing to tell you. Let's conclude this session, okay? Let's stop here this class.
Recording stopped.
You have